Hey, let's get through the third part of this humongous load of comics that I got. I think it was 175 comic books, 25 sets per $10, $70 total. So yeah, about 175 comics. And in this portion of it, we are actually going alphabetically through it. I got these at Memory Lane Comics 2 in Wilmington on my last visit. And here we go. So, pulse pounding premiere issue. That's a lot of P's of Purge. I got this one because it's different. I like things that are different that nobody's ever heard of. When I was a kid, it seems like I was the only one who knew about Captain Atom and Blue Beetle. All the other kids were talking about Superman and stuff. And so I always felt like it was my own thing because nobody else knew about it. But Purge is something I've never heard of. I do know there's a superhero, sort of, an anti-hero called Purg, P-E-R-G. He's not this guy. Okay, so, well, by the way, these are all 40 cents because they are 25 comics per $10. It's a bag deal they do. So this is ROM number 45. I had all the ROM issues when I was a kid, and, well, I'm trying to recollect them and reread them. Shadow Riders. I don't know anything about it, but this book is actually embossed. You got like, you can 3D touch it. His hair, he's got texture. The gun, parts of this are embossed. So, there, I think that brings out, the light brings it out right there. You can see the ribs on it, the three-dimensional to it. So it's a gimmick cover, but it's also a first issue. And if you're going to start with the story, you might want to see if you like it. You might want to start with the first issue. Which nowadays, I think Marvel only produces first issues. And then Star Brand. I had every single one of these. I gave them to my friend. And I'm not going to ask for them back. I gave them all to him and thinking I wouldn't have enough room for all my comic books. But now that, we're getting rid of some stuff, I got room again. So, yeah, I know I had every single Star Brand issue. And here's number 3. I think this isn't the only reason it was on the dollar bin, the 50-cent sticker. I think it's just the fact that nobody cares about Star Brand in the new universe. I've read a few of them. They're not bad at all. One of them was kind of weird with the old man and him, and it was like he's talking to his former self. It's a little confusing. Then this one is number 1. It's a Stardust Kid. I don't know anything about it. It was like, okay, Stardust Kid. It kind of looks like a version of Peter Pan, since he was based on Pan, the mythological character. So I was like, I'll give it a chance. This is the most unusual thing. I wasn't sure if I should put it as a comic book into my collection. Technically it is, though. At first I was like, it's just a stamp book. And it's book number 1, 1900 to 1990, 1909. There is no price on this, but when I looked it up, they said it was $3.99 or $2.99 or something. I was like, I thought maybe it was a giveaway at the post office because they're encouraging you to buy the stamps and lick them and stick them right here. I guess they still licked and stick stickers back then, or stamps. I know at some point they became stickers now. I guess it's because people are afraid they're going to get some kind of disease from licking them. But yeah, there's like a story in it, sort of. The history of the United States. That's cool. I didn't know this existed. All right, we got a stamp here. Caboodle, Bermuda, Arcade, Hamilton. That's a mouthful. Can you imagine making a sign for that? I guess the sign maker was like, man, I'm going to be rich. All right, so we got a 40 cent, which is ironic because it is 40 cent. Superman comic, $3.39. So this must be early 80s because I think 35 cents went to 40 around that period. And I've always wanted to read Superman, Batman comics. They always have very exciting covers. This one is no different. I can't tell if that's Wonder Woman Diana or Troika because the Starman thing she's wearing, it looks Troika, which, Wonder Girl. And yes, I need a lot of the Teen Titans to re-get my collection. I think I gave all those to another one of my friends, Michael. So I'm like, okay, because he liked DC, and my other friend liked Marvel, so I kind of split them up between the two of them, the comics. I thought, I'll never get around to reading these. Yeah, well, I guess I am getting around to reading them. We got The Secret of the Raven and Starfire Unbound, and then Friends and Foes. So it's 3 different Titanic tales. And this cover, I mean, even if you don't read it, look at the cover. That's amazing. That's definitely, I mean, you didn't even have to look at this and know that's John Byrne right there. And I know the camera's shaking. I can't help it. I need to, it's cold and my leg is shaking. All right. So it's a beginning of a bold new era. I don't know if she was wearing the spandex, you know, and the biker jacket before this. I know it was around this time, so I don't know if they were breaking free from that again or what. All right, we got Wonder Woman 214 with the Flash. There's something inside this. You can tell it's got some stiffness. Oh, cards from Lord of the Rings Trivia Pursuit. Exciting. Not. All right, so we got, oh, and I got a bunch of X Factors because that's another comic. I had all of them. This is, again, if you haven't watched my videos before, I used to subscribe to X Factor as a kid, starting from issue 1. For Christmas, I got 2 subscriptions, and I got one was X Factor and one was X-Men. Because back then, X Factor was just the original X-Men brought up to date. Well, the same characters in the first X-Men, even Beast being not furry Beast. These go way past the scope of what I was reading, and I didn't even, I didn't get too far into them before, well, you know, got a car, didn't have much time for comics as much as I used to. I want to spend more time with friends. Yeah, I think it's interesting. When did Jean Grey's outfit go from being like green and yellow to dark Phoenix colors? I kind of wonder if that's some kind of an allusion to the fact that she's become more powerful, maybe? I don't know. I'd like to find out, so that's why I'm trying to get all of them. I did have this one before. I had a bunch of these before, but I gave them all to Hunter. And I'm not going to ask for them back, so Hunter, if you're watching this, I'm just going to redo it. Rebuild my collection. The Extinction Agenda. I don't think they extinct that badly. The covers are not that much to look at. They're not like, wow, what a cover. Not really. I mean, this one's pretty cool. I like how everything's, you know, vertical or going in the same direction. See, I was in art class, we would talk about how, oh, everything's got this, everything's focused and pulled back to this one point, and yada, 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 yada. For a woman's heart. I like the turbo fist he's making. That's kind of interesting. It almost looks like Iceman has a mohawk. It's an interesting cover. Very dynamic. This is more of a splash page cover. And another splash page cover with Cyclops in the front. And she's back to wearing, well, now she's wearing blue. So, like, how many different uniform changes they do during this thing? At first she was green, then red-ish. Now she's blue. They try to unify their uniform in color. I wonder how they pick their uniforms. They say, I like green. I think it's pretty. You know, I wonder if that's what they did. I think the artist just said, hey, she's got red hair. Red hair should always wear green. Whatever. Kind of limiting. This is the X Factor I'd never even got close to reading about. And I've heard it was good, though. I mean, I know the characters of it. For the most part. I don't know who the big guy is. I think he's some kind of strong guy or something. Mr. Sinister and the Nasty Boys. Is that like a Janet Jackson reference? I don't know. See, I wasn't reading at the time, so I don't have any cultural connections with it. So I was like, Mr. and Nasty Boys. Don't mean a thing. Oh, you nasty boys. Probably, because this is 1992, and I vaguely remember that song from my high school years. I don't know. Maybe it was early college. I can't remember. Can't go around him. Well, this guy just became holy. Get it? Anyway. I see, I don't even know who Random is. He looks really gross, but hey. He's probably part of that Generation X. They were like the grossest heroes. They were trying to be like the Garbage Pail Kid heroes. That's what I got the impression of, at least. And that wasn't from reading them. That was from the action figures they came out with. I was like, these are all weird. They're all bendy looking. Group therapy. Well, these are big and thick issues, man. So they charge more, but man, they give you a lot more. I'm just looking at the cover. That's some really good art right there. It's by Pliny. Afterlives. Guest starring Storm and Xavier. And I may still have this cover because I kept all the gimmick covers when I was giving away my comics. But that holographic thing is cool. I wonder if that's why they jacked the price up to $2.99, because otherwise I don't see much of a difference other than maybe the cardstock cover, which had to support the, oh, it's also a wraparound cover, but I think the cardstock probably had to be there for a reason. And then we got Walk on the Wild Side. I think this is from the, I think he's Wild Child or something. He came from the Age of Apocalypse, I think. At least I never saw him before that. So anyway, let me know if this is any of these you particularly thought were great, or you can recommend I should read those right now. Because, yeah, I'm, wow, blown away by all the amazing comic books. Thanks for watching. We have, I guess, one more video, and that'll do it.